In the heart of a small African village, nestled between rolling green hills, lived Kofi, a humble and hard-working farmer. His wife, Nia, was the jewel of the village, graceful, kind, and breathtakingly beautiful. Their love was the envy of many, but none more so than King Jabari, a ruthless ruler whose greed knew no bounds. King Jabari was feared across the land. He seized land, stole livestock, and violated the wives of men who dared to defy him. His tyranny knew no limits, and now his eyes were set on Nia. But he knew she would never willingly be his, so he devised a cruel plan. One evening, soldiers stormed Kofi's home, dragging him away under false accusations of stealing from the king's treasury. The villagers knew it was a lie, but none dared to speak up. Kofi was thrown into the palace dungeon, where the king ordered the prison guard to poison his food. That night, after eating his meal, Kofi clutched his stomach in agony, realizing too late what had been done. With his dying breath, he turned to his cellmate. "Tell Nia, I am sorry. Tell her to be strong." And then, he was gone. The news of Kofi's death reached Nia through the prisoner who had been released. She wept bitterly, but her sorrow soon turned to something darker: vengeance. She knew the king would come for her now, believing there was no one left to stop him. True to her expectations, the king sent for her, offering her riches beyond imagination if she agreed to be his queen. She hid her hatred behind a forced smile and accepted. The wedding was set for 2 weeks later. King Jabari was clever. He trusted no one. He had his own personal chef and never drank from another's cup. But Nia had a plan. On the night before their wedding, they were alone in the royal chambers. She poured a cup of wine and, seeing his suspicion, took a sip first. "I cannot poison you if I drink from the same cup," she said with a gentle smile. Believing her, the king drank deeply. Moments later, he doubled over in agony, realizing he had been fooled. Nia's body trembled with pain too, but she remained strong. She reached for the antidote, watching as the king writhed in pain, begging for his life. With a cold stare, she poured the antidote onto the ground. "This is for Kofi," she whispered. King Jabari took his last breath, his reign of terror ending at the hands of the woman he had sought to possess. But justice does not always favor those who seek revenge. The palace guards arrested Nia, sentencing her to death. On the day of her execution, as she knelt before the chopping block, a great storm broke out. Rain poured heavily, and the villagers erupted in cheers. "The evil king is dead. Set her free," they chanted. Chaos ensued. The villagers, emboldened by their hatred for the king, stormed the palace. Overwhelmed, the guards had no choice but to release Nia. She vanished into the storm, never to be seen again. Some say she escaped to a distant land, while others believe she became a spirit of vengeance, forever watching over those who seek justice. But one thing was certain: her name would never be forgotten. She was Nia, the woman who brought down a tyrant,